Hello, sir. I'm a security officer here in San Metro property with the west side. We need a unit over here because we have somebody that is causing trouble.
Someone's at what?
Hello?
Where are you at? What's the address?
No, we are at the San Metro terminal on the west side. And we need a unit over here. We got somebody making a scene and making trouble.
Is he drunk?
No, he's sober, but he is having some issues with some other people and with the guards here. He's lowering.
He's what?
Lowering.
How long has he been out there?
Been already since 11 or 12 noon.
Since 11 or 12?
Yeah.
What exactly is he doing?
Over here in the 7535 Raincom.
What is he doing though? Sir?
Yes.
What is he doing?
He's catching problems with some other people that they ride the buses. And the security guards, they have asked him to leave, so he wouldn't be making trouble for more people, and he refuses to leave.
Hello? What's your first and last name?
Yeah, first name is Jorge, Jorge, Garcia. Garcia.
You say you're security?
Yes, I'm the security here.
What's your phone number? And the person that's causing the disturbance, is he Hispanic, black or white?
No, he's here. Yeah, Hispanic.
Hispanic. Alright, but how old does he look?
We're probably 25. He is armed.
He's what?
He's armed.
He's armed?
Yeah.
What does he have?
He's carrying his conceal.
Alright, look, let me go ahead and transfer you to a 911 operator, okay? Give me just a moment. That's an Toledo, just emergency. Negative 301. They're calling from 7535 Remcom Circle. The disturbance, he actually has a gun. Okay, man. Gun. This operation will be on there. That's an Toledo, just emergency. Negative 301. They're calling from 7535 Remcom Circle. The disturbance, he actually has a gun. Okay, man. Gun. This operation will be on there.
Hello. Okay, sir. Hello?
Yes, sir. How may I help you?
Yeah, this is security over at the West Side Terminal from Metro. And we've got a gentleman over here. Anyway, we've got a gentleman over here. We've had run-ins in with the past on all of my security guards that he has concealed weapon, sometimes open carry. But there have been times when he has had kind of the guards said like heated conversations, but whenever he had any kind of conflict with someone, then he would of course uncover his weapon. That's I haven't seen it personally, but to me that's an overt act. You know, you're preparing for something. You may think it's your defense, but he's the one that always starts with that.
Okay,
but
so
he's always loitering too. Yeah, he's always loitering too. And he's currently here, and he's arguing against the loitering policy because he doesn't use the buses. He's only here for the Wi-Fi. I tried to explain to him, this isn't a free Wi-Fi zone to just come use Wi-Fi. It's there for customer use while they're waiting on buses. If you're loitering here and not using the buses, then, you're breaking the law.
Okay, but at this point, has he displayed any weapon?
No, but I did ask him today if he was carrying his weapon. He said yes.
Did you see it, though?
No.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
Robert Hackey, H-A-T-A-E.
What is the address, sir?
What's the address? 7535 Remcon.
Your position there?
I'm the supervisor, the lieutenant for all the security guards in Sun Metro. I have another guard that works here.
So where is he currently at?
He is in the, is it north? I think north waiting room. What is it? Building C1.
Okay, sir. We'll go ahead and update the call card for the officer, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'd like to ask you, what crime have I committed?
Okay, I'm just getting the story, sir. I'm trying to find out what's going on here.
Okay. So you're not telling me I committed a crime just yet?
Just yet.
Okay.
I'm trying to get the story of what's going on.
Okay. Well, I'd like to be here to get the story as well because I have absolutely no idea what's going on either.
Okay, that's fine.
What are you doing here, sir?
Using Wi-Fi.
What was that? That he had it concealed and
About what?
I know that this is relatively new law, correct?
Okay.
Correct?
But what's the call about?
The fact that you're walking around with a handgun, I know it's legal.
Okay.
I know that.
Okay. So you're saying you know that carrying a handgun is legal, okay?
If you're properly licensed, yes it is.
Okay.
You have a license?
Well, that's none of your business unless I've committed a
It's
crime.
either yes or no.
Well, have I committed a crime?
No, you haven't.
Then I'm not required to answer that question.
I'm just asking. You can't be a man about it. You just say yes or no.
Well,
You know,
it's not. It's not.
The facts are is that this can go a lot easier if you just show me it. I can tell people, okay, it's good.
And that's fine with you, but it's a matter of principle, sir. We live in America where we have rights. We have Constitution. You know what I read today? I read today Greg Abbott talking about the new SB4 law, and what he, and the reason I read it was because I was looking at a news. I was looking at the news, a news post. The news post, Greg Abbott read or said on the news post that people are not just going to be walking down the street and get approached by an officer asking about their legal status. Why not? Because at that point, a person who is walking down the street does not give you your official capacity to go up there and ask them their legal status. Me carrying a firearm in Texas without committing a crime and just walking down the street is the same concept as what I just talked to you about Greg Abbott. You cannot just approach me just because I'm walking down the street carrying a firearm, because that's not illegal in of itself. So it's the principle. I have rights. I have privacy. So the fact is, but you put me on the spot telling me that why can't I just be a man about it? No, sir, it's not. It's not about being a man.
I had a license too.
Okay, but it's not. But it's not. But it's not.
You gotta present it.
No, sir. Only if I'm being. Only if I'm in
calls that you're alerting people, sir.
Okay, well that's fine, but I'm not committing any crimes. I'm not committing any crimes. So you're here investigating. But let me tell you this.
Okay, what were you doing?
This sitting down there using Wi-Fi. That's all I did. They don't like me because I caught a pervert in there, okay? And when I brought it up to his buddy, the other security guard, the same one who came harassing me today, I brought it up to him and he failed to do anything. We're talking about grown men getting watched by another grown man, all right, while they're using the toilet. And not just that, but kids. So I brought it up to his attention and he didn't want to do nothing. I turned around and I filed a complaint with Sun Metro. And ever since then, I got this guy coming up harassing me and I got the other guy coming up harassing me just because I'm sitting down in there minding my own business using Wi-Fi. They want to come up and tell me that there's a sign there that says that I'm loitering. But the definition of loitering to you, sir, and to anybody else who looks it up, is a person who stands there or sits there idly with no purpose, just sitting there standing idly with no purpose. I have a purpose here, sir. I'm here to use the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is provided by the city. The same people that provide your police department Wi-Fi. The same people that provide internal affairs, who I had a visit with the other day, Wi-Fi. The same people who provide the library with Wi-Fi. Okay, so you know where I'm coming from. So how are these gentlemen over here able to threaten me with loitering when I'm not loitering? I'm sitting there using Wi-Fi, charging my phone. They don't like me because I carry a firearm? Okay? Every time this gentleman passes by me, he always walks slow, looks to my right, and all that. They want to talk about that I'm intimidating people and that I'm harassing people and making people feel uncomfortable intentionally with my firearm. But they're saying this as it's been happening multiple times, and they're barely bringing it up to my attention today. Okay? They don't like me because I carry a firearm. This guy passes by me and he's always looking at me like he wants to tell me something, but he never does. There's cameras all over this place that the city can look at to verify exactly what I am saying. Okay? And they don't like me because I complained about his security guard who failed to do his job. Okay? He tried to tell me that unless I'm on the floor bleeding, he can't do nothing. We're talking about a pervert that's going in there masturbating. But this is what it's all stemming off of, bro. This is exactly what it's stemming off. Ever since then, they've been harassing me. And now they try to come up. I've been coming here for months, bro, sitting there minding my own business. And now, barely today, and as of that day that I made the complaint, I've heard that I'm causing alarm, that I'm intimidating people with my weapon, that there's a rule book. No, hell no. That there's a rule that says that I can only sit there for an hour at a time. The security guard that started today's contact said that I can only sit there for an hour yesterday. And did you not tell me yesterday that it was 2 hours? So we went from 1 hour to 2 hours to loitering to displaying my weapon, causing alarm. This is harassment. Okay, so now you just admitted it. There's no rule. It's a guideline. So why are you kicking me off of the property? Okay, I'm sorry. I get passionate when it comes to my freedom. Okay, when it comes to my freedom and being harassed. Okay.
Not being harassed.
Yes, I am. These gentlemen. Okay, I'm not saying you guys are harassing me. I'm saying these guys are. These guys.
What was he doing?
Nothing. What was I doing? Sitting there using Wi-Fi.
The first shift guard.
No.
He had been there an hour and 45
The
minutes.
cameras will prove otherwise.
And that's the whole point.
And what? Am I required?
He says he has a purpose. The purpose
Am
of this
I
facility is to
required?
ride the bus. If he's not riding the bus,
Am I
then he has no
required?
purpose. Wi-Fi is
Am I
for the
required by
passengers
law
to
to
This
ride
is
the
a
bus?
library. He doesn't get to
This
come
is
over
a
here and
public
hang out all
safe
day
place.
using the Wi-Fi.
I have
Once
every
that,
right
he
to
can go
be
the
here
library and it'll
as a
say
public
this is
citizen.
for the buses.
Okay, you know if they criminally trespass you from here, the next time you're here, you'll be arrested.
Why criminal? What criminal activity am I doing? Using Wi-Fi is a crime?
The fact that they don't want you here.
Oh, well, that's not a crime. This is a public place. I have every right to be here, sir. Can you tell me that I don't have a right to be here? I'm not causing any disturbances.
Okay, you make this situation a lot easier. Go find someone else to do Wi-Fi. It's fine.
Well, why?
You have free
You're
Wi-Fi everywhere.
telling
Why are
me
you using
you're telling me that I don't have a right to be here by telling me to go someplace else, to take my business somewhere else.
Not that.
That's
The
telling
thing
me
is,
I don't have a
you're
right to
getting
be here.
escalated. You're raising your voice.
Because this is not right. Before this, there was no raising voices. There was no escalation before this. There was none of that. This is happening because they're approaching me, harassing me, sir. And I have every right to be here. They're wasting taxpayers' money by calling you guys to come out here on an innocent man that is doing nothing but sitting there using public Wi-Fi in a public safe place that a private citizen has every right to be in. And I have every reason to believe that it's only because I have a firearm.
Okay, you understand too that it's a business, right?
It's a business.
Too, Sun Metro is a business.
The library is a business too.
Okay.
They're in the business of books, and they offer the same Wi-Fi that this place offers, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Tell me that I'm committing a crime.
I'm not telling you. You're
Okay,
committing a
so
crime.
then why don't I have a right to be here?
Because they feel you are alarming their customers.
No, they're
I'm
using
telling
their
you-
own personal bias.
I'm telling you what I'm saying. What I'm
Okay.
getting from them. They are
Okay.
letting us know you are alarming their customers.
Now with what you're saying, what you just said about alarming customers, that means that technically I don't have a right to walk down the street because I'm alarming people because they see me walking
I'm
with a
telling you
firearm.
the customers here.
Okay.
They're getting complaints about the customers here. I'm not telling you about
Okay.
down the street.
Okay.
I'm not telling you about the library.
Okay.
I'm telling you here. The customers here.
Can
are
we
giving
walk in there?
complaints to them.
Can we walk in there and I will show you the sign that specifically tells these customers that as of January 1st, 2016, the law for open carry came into effect, which means that people will now be allowed to carry their firearms on the premises of Sun Metro and on the buses. So the fact that they're getting calls, or if people are in fact, if it's factual that these people are alarmed and they're getting calls about it, and by that let me add that barely now they're starting to complain about it to me about this, and apparently they've been calling multiple times is what he's saying. Okay, if that's the case, then why is there a sign there that says that I can carry my firearm on the premises?
But you also need to understand that there's a lot of people that
that's fine.
Aware that don't have
And
the
that's fine.
knowledge of that
And that's where these gentlemen are failing to educate these people about the law. There's a sign there that's trying to educate, but that a sign can only do so much. Now we got this gentleman who's getting these calls, okay? And if really think about it, if I've really been causing that much of alarm and doing something criminal, you guys would have been here a long time ago. You guys would have been here a long time ago. The fact that they're getting complaints is the same exact concept as a person who sees me walking down the street with my firearm and calls the police and says, I just saw a guy with a gun on his hip. You know what I'm saying? That's the exact same thing. It should be up to the operator to tell them, ask the questions. What is he doing? Did he pull his gun out? Was he doing anything in an alarming fashion? Did he point at anybody? No, he was just walking down the street with his firearm. Okay, well, that's not against the law. Educate that person.
So you don't think
that's what this person can do.
From noon till almost 3 o'clock?
That has no relevance, ma'am.
No?
That's not relevant to the
So
situation.
You don't think it makes them wonder why you're being here
They can
so
wonder
long?
all they
If
want.
You're not getting on the bus. You're not actively using
They
the
can-
services provided.
I'm using Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but it's provided for the customers that are going to take the bus.
Okay, so why don't they have signs here that say that this is for customers only? No, because that would violate people's rights on public property. This is city property. This is not his property to tell me that I can't be here and use the Wi-Fi, and it's nobody else's right to come up and tell me to leave when I'm on city property. If I'm at a park and I'm sitting there and not using Wi-Fi, and I'm just sitting there idly in a park, does that give anybody a right to come up to me and tell me, hey, there's a time limit here, you gotta leave? No, ma'am, that does not. I know my rights. I know where I stand. That's why I did not run away from here, ma'am, because I'm not committing any crime. He has no reason, no right to tell me to leave this place when I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just using the Wi-Fi. There's no sign that says customers only. At no time in my life have I ever been in a public place that tells me, okay, this is only for customers only. No, that's for private property. Would you agree with me or not?
I'm not going to agree with you because I know there's a side to every story. Okay?
Okay, and I'm giving you my side. He gave you his side, and all his side has to say is that I'm sitting there not using the buses, giving you all kinds of excuses, not using the buses, that I'm violating a 1 hour time limit, that I'm violating a 2 hour time limit, that I'm causing alarm with the people. If they're causing alarm, if I'm causing alarm to them, but I'm not doing anything criminal, it's his job to educate them on the law.
Are you causing alarm?
No, I'm not causing alarm.
Knowledge,
To my knowledge, I am not causing alarm. I'm walking around with my pistol holstered at all times. I don't point at anybody. I sit there on the cameras, with the cameras watching me every time I come here, using Wi-Fi, charging my phone. I come in peace and I leave in peace. That's exactly what I told him yesterday.
But why are you here so long?
It doesn't matter. That's nobody's business. That's my business. This is a public place and that's my business. If I want to come here and use the Wi-Fi, if I choose to go to the library, that's my prerogative. Nobody else can tell me what to do. I'm a free man, a private citizen in America, and people like him are over here.
So are you? Listen. How long have you been here?
What do you mean?
How long have you been here using the Wi-Fi?
Oh, specifically?
Yeah. How long have you been here?
Well, like you got to be more specific with the question. I mean, I could say I've been here for a year.
Using this Wi-Fi?
As of today, probably a couple of hours.
Are you done?
Yeah, I just finished charging my phone. That's all I come to do is charge my phone and use the Wi-Fi as I charge my phone, and then I leave. And sometimes that takes an hour, sometimes it takes 2 hours, and I leave.
Okay,
And that's exactly. And I'm done for today. And I'm more than happy to leave, but I didn't leave.
I want to let you know something, okay, when it comes to this motor. Okay, you're not using this facility for its intended purpose. Okay.
And what's its intended purpose?
It's a bus station.
Okay. But it's still
The bus stop,
public
the
property.
buses come? Yes, it is.
Okay. So if I come back here tomorrow, am I committing a crime?
You want to use this facility for its purpose. So
If I come back tomorrow, am I committing a crime?
No,
Can you
you're not.
listen to him first?
No. I need you to tell me because this is specifically. Okay. So then what you're about to tell me, think about that carefully, because if you just told me that I'm not committing a crime, if I come back here, then what more of a discussion are we having?
Listen, they're saying they're not going to criminal trespass you for it.
Because they have no reason to. They can't.
If you're
That
not
would be
using
against the
this
law for them to
facility
do that.
its purpose, then yes.
Okay.
they can.
Well, I have
They can.
complained to Sun Metro, and I'm
Okay,
awaiting
what
their
has Sun Metro
response.
told you? Okay, then wait for their response.
Yes, they have failed. I've sent them 3 times, including
Go to the
today.
headquarters.
They have failed to
Go to
respond
the
to me.
headquarters then.
And I have just responded, and I complained against you too, sir, because you escalated the situation. We shouldn't even be having this discussion. This is public property. This is not a place for you to tell me that I have to leave unless I'm causing a disturbance towards the people here or the officers. The fact that these people are calling in because they're scared of me carrying a firearm legally, it is your job to educate them on the law, sir. You have a sign that you want to talk about showing me a loitering sign? You have a sign in there that says, as of January 1st. Have you seen it? 2016. It's in both English and Spanish. Who are you to tell me that I can't be on public property, sir? You're here to secure the place, not to harass people and not to tell people that they can't be here because they don't ride the bus.
Okay, you made your point. Are you done here?
I'm done. But I want to make sure that I'm not going to continue to be harassed just because I'm sitting there minding my own business, charging my phone. If you have a legitimate reason to kick me off the property, then that's fine.
For the intended purpose.
Okay,
The bus.
well,
If you-
that's
as per Sun
security.
Metro, as per
That's
Sun Metro,
security
as
who's
per
an
Sun Metro.
independent. Are you Sun Metro Security
I
or
am
is
Sun Metro.
Okay, so you
Contracted.
represent contracted again. There you go. That's an independent.
Still aware of Sun Metro
Okay,
policy.
that's right. But they're independent. They're independent. So I want Sun Metro to tell me that just because I'm not using this place for its intended purpose, that I have no right to be here. Until they respond to me and tell me that, I will continue to come here and conduct my business as I see fit.
Is that your truck?
Huh? Does that sound fair to you? Until Sun Metro,
You know what? No. Why don't you try and contact Sun Metro? Go to
I
their
did.
headquarters.
I did.
Did you go to their headquarters?
I didn't go to the headquarters,
Right.
but I'm about
It's a very
to.
big.
But I am about to. And what is your name?
My name is Robert Head.
What is your name? Huh? Jorge Garcia. And what's the other guy's name? The one who started harassing me? Samuel Sanchez. Okay. I will be going to Sun Metro and I want them to tell me that I'm doing something wrong. And if they tell me that I'm not doing something wrong, do I have every right to call you guys and file charges for harassment?
If they are saying you are fine to be here, open carrying legally, then yes.
It's not a matter of open carrying. This is a matter of what they're telling me, that I'm not using this place for its intended purpose. Open carrying has no business in this. Okay? It's the fact that I'm not using this place for its intended purpose, as what this gentleman is claiming. But so far, I've had him make nothing but threats to me. I've had all these 3 officers, security guards, excuse me, threaten me, okay, and harass me in order to come to this situation.
You conceal it.
What does it matter if I'm concealed or open carry?
Were you at one point?
That's my business. Whether I open carry or conceal, that's my
Because in the
business.
argument, if you're uncovering it to open carry, you're using it for intimidation purposes.
What?
That's why I'm asking you.
No. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Because before open carry started, there was a law that if you're concealed and your weapon happens to accidentally show, that's not criminal. So now that it's open carry,
it is not accidental. That's not what I'm talking about.
okay. But guess
I'm not talking about it partial.
but if
I'm not talking about it.
okay, but you just said the magic word, partial. Open carry, either wholly visible or partial, right? So that means that if I'm concealed, if I just so happen to be concealed and I want to lift up my shirt and show it, there's
Yeah,
no
no,
crime
that's
in
fine.
that. Exactly.
But if you're in
So
the middle
your
of an
point
argument-
is mute, sir. Your
If
point
you're
is
in the middle
mute.
of an argument and you do it.
Okay.
You know you're not supposed to.
And are we here because of that? No.
That's
The
why I'm
only
asking you, where you
reason,
concealing
the only
it.
reason open carry and concealed carry is being brought up is to try to further these gentlemen's a purpose of harassment, because that's exactly what it is, harassment. I know my laws, I know where I stand, and I know my rights. That's why I didn't run out of here when you guys tried to threaten me with the cops. And that gentleman who's a bus driver had no business interjecting himself and threatening me with the cops in a personal situation between me and this gentleman.
The bus driver is a Sun Metro employee. He has
But no, he does. He's not security. This was a security issue.
You want to go to Sun Metro?
Okay, I will. I will. But I will continue to come back here and do my business as I see fit. Okay? Because this is a public place and I have not done anything criminal. You have no right to kick me off of a public place, sir.
We're going to talk to him. We'll talk to you. You done?
I'm done. I will leave. I will leave right now. I'm done.
Let us talk to them. We'll get this right.
And what?
Sun Metro, sir. Get this.
And one last thing. What did you tell me when you threatened me with the police before they got here? What did you tell me? You told me, wait, you're gonna learn right now. You're gonna learn. That's what you told me.
I said you will learn the definition.
No, you didn't say that.
You will learn the definition.
Let me ask you a question. Do these cameras have audio?
We're fine. Let's go.
They don't have audio. Oh, that's bad. That's bad.
You're done.
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Have a good day.
All right. But this is harassment, straight up.
Have a good day.
And you didn't answer my question. If it turns out that Sun Metro tells me I have every right to be here, do I have a right to file charges against these gentlemen for harassment? Because harassment is against the law. Yes, sir.
We'll get to that when we come to that, okay? Yes, if you want to make a report.
No, I want to file charges. I'm talking about filing charges.
We're all, you guys, if you learn that it's fine for you to stay here, they don't consider it loitering, then they're going to inform everyone down. All the
Okay, but that doesn't take the harassment away, and the harassment is against the law whether you are a security guard or not.
If you want to make a report tomorrow after you find out?
Not a report. I would like to file charges.
You have to start with a report.
Okay. I will be following up. You guys fucked with the wrong person. Thank you.